84 men every week in the UK commit suicide. 8 years ago, I attempted suicide. I nearly succeeded. I'm glad I failed. I didn't understand why it was happening. I remember trying to putting him and my mum's hand back together and pulling her hand away, and I didn't know what divorce really was. A new man came into our life very quickly, and he was a very abusive stepfather throughout my life. Just completely and utterly blew my world apart. And my outward confidence, my show, was just one of bravado, and that's how I covered up a lot of these feelings that were just tearing me apart inside. I had depression from a very young age. I was trying to find somewhere to fit in, trying to find the love that I feel that I'd lost in my family, in groups that I had no business being in, because it's not who I was. No one wants to be my mate because I'm false. I'm on my own in this life because wherever I go, I'm either worthless, I'm a liar, I've got nowhere to fit in anything. So my survival technique was eventually drugs. You are so high and so open, so yes. You use them to take away the horror that you're going through in your life, the pain that you're feeling, because you can't face your life. So you cover it up with a chemical. Life soon became just a continuous cycle of parties, drugs, alcohol, sex, pointless relationships, repeat. One pleasant. Mental health has haunted me all my life. That feeling of numbness. You don't care enough to be upset. You don't care enough to get angry. You don't care enough to be afraid. Just get into bed. That was my safe place. I could spend days in bed. Days. And then you start to pick yourself to pieces. You feel inhuman. You feel worthless. You feel like you don't deserve to be here. My daughter had only just been born. Should have been the happiest time ever. I don't even remember making this decision. This is the scariest thing about it. I remember just getting up off the sofa, going up to the bathroom, just emptying tablets, just scooping them up and shoving them in, and my son saved my life that day. Came up, found me, shouted his mum, and then I woke up in the hospital. And then you start to think, what have I done? My little girl could have grown up without a dad, my little boy could have grown up without a dad. After my suicide attempt, my relationship with the mother of my children, it broke down. I ended up dating a girl. She invited me to this place. I wanted to keep dating this girl, so I went and we ended up in a church. Thought they were all a bunch of nutters. My views on God, ludicrous. I'm there looking at my phone, sort of clock watching. I'd never told anyone about some of the things that had happened in my life. And for them to be spoken out so plainly on a stage by a man that I'd never seen before, I couldn't help but listen. I tried to justify it in my head how it could be. It was mad. But if I'm honest, life just went back into the same old pattern. I just became a slightly tamer version of the man that I was before. So finally, I met this girl, Louise. I fell in love with her. She fell in love with me. It was like something I'd never known before. It was real love. That one thing that I'd been looking for, I found it. And you know, it scared me to death. So I tried to self-sabotage. I made some terrible decisions within my relationship. But you know, Louise, she's the best, and she wasn't having none of that. She fought for us. We've patched it up. But my head was a mess. The only thing I could think to do was think back to a time when I used to go to the church, and I thought, that's where I need to be. Even if this is complete and utter fantasy, you've got all these people there who are just such lovely people, full of love. And I thought, how can it be a bad thing? The preachers were more and more relatable to me every time, and they were so much closer to the bone. And my life was just, on my own, it was just so hard. And I thought, everyone here's made a commitment and decided that they're going to give control of their lives, their problems, their past, the present, the future, over to Jesus. There was something inside of me that was saying, just take a punt, because you've got to start somewhere. And I said a prayer, you know, Jesus, if you're real, come into my life. It belongs to you. I can't do it on my own. Let's go. I still have troubles in my life, just like everybody. I still go back into that dark place every now and again. But I can go forward and I can go into those places that I didn't really want to visit anymore, knowing that there's a light that will never be extinguished. There's a love that can never be conquered, and that's in Jesus. He's always going to be there, no matter what I do. And it's knowing that, which is something that I didn't know before. And it's that confidence in his love that gets me through. It's the knowledge that he's going to be there for me, that I'm never going to be alone again.